And sleep hygiene is one of the priority areas that we really try to focus on and help our patients to really get their sleep back in order, and just that whole daily rhythm of kind of waking up early and then getting to sleep on time. So as far as discharge, Erin, how do our patients get from programming, from being suicidal or homicidal or gravely disabled to I am ready to go home?
Yeah, and I think what's really important to remember is when they're here with us on a locked unit, you were really, really ill. I mean, you're wanting to end your life, the life of others, or you're not able to function and take care of yourself. So we are a stabilization. When folks are ready to be discharged, maybe they came in, they're suicidal, they're no longer having those active thoughts. They've learned some coping skills with us. They've had the ability to tap into our resources, social worker, physicians, nurse practitioners, nurses, clinicians, and get that information. So they have that with them and they're able to be discharged. So really stabilization. Our average length of stay for adults is about 4 to 6 days. So that's why we have so much programming and why we encourage that good sleep hygiene. Sleep really, really well at night so you can get up early and go to all the programming to get out what you need from this program. So when we look at discharge, every patient's going to have a plan in place. We're not going to just unlock the door and say good luck. So what we really, really would love 100% of our patients to do, but not always, right about 25%, we refer them to our outpatient program. So that program is, the one we have is IOP and PHP. So that looks a little bit different from what you might traditionally think of outpatient. We have a lot of folks who are here with us 9 to 5, Monday through Friday for a few weeks to stabilize, or a few days a week. So really we stabilize you, hopefully to get you home, because everybody feels better when they're at home, and then a lot of folks come to us every day, and then hopefully we'll gradually step down folks to the point where they're having regular outpatient appointments, whether it be that once a week, every other week, monthly, and hopefully get patients to that point as well.
I think one of the other things that we really try to focus on is support systems. So as we're ready to discharge someone, just making sure that they in fact not only have a plan for themselves, but also have some support systems or some players out in their personal life that can help them to be successful with what their plan is and using their new coping skills. So whether that's mom and dad, or a spouse, or a brother or sister, or just a best friend, those are things that we really try to tap into while they're inpatient, so that we can have those people ready to be supportive as soon as the patient is discharged as well.
And I think knowing your resources as well. So if we have a patient who gets discharged, that they know who to contact earlier. You know, if you're starting to have thoughts, or you're not feeling well, you're reaching out sooner rather than later, so you're not at a point where you have to be inpatient. Is also really important.
Absolutely. And then I think the last thing that is so important is so many of our patients struggle with medication compliance. A lot of times that's the reason that our chronically ill patients, we see them every once in a while, is because sometimes when you start feeling real great, you all of a sudden decide, I don't need to take those medications anymore. And then you end up back with your friends here at the stress center. So we always try to really come up with a plan to make sure that patients not only have the supply that they need, but also making sure that they're going to get to those follow-up appointments in time to get a refill prescription, et cetera, and then that they can afford them as well.
Absolutely.
So that's another big focus as we're readying for discharge as well. I think that's a snapshot of what we do here. Do you agree?
I agree. I think it's a great snapshot.
Okay. Thank you for joining us for this installation of inpatient psychiatric care.